Hello, everybody. He's making cows. Too bad you don't get to keep it bedrock from this.
Oh, yeah. She has my pickaxe of the uh that thing, and she went down to the she went down to the bedrock dimension. Oh, real quick, I've also changed out a lot of the wither skeleton skulls for candles that I've collected from Tex. I dyed them all white and then some of them black, and collected a lot of my wither skeleton skulls back and went and fought the wither boss over and over and over for more nether stars. So it freed up some of my materials for that. And it seems like I'm having no issues. I actually had to make this piece right here. You can see I forget the name of it. Oh no! There we go. Never try to open a book next to that thing, I guess. I think it was something of a medium. I'm just not on it right now with the thinking of names, I guess. Talisman of Remedium. I had to make that. Wasn't too difficult. And I had no problems then, so I wasn't too worried about this time here today. There we go. Now I can stop damaging goggles of reeling and hoping that they don't end up getting broken. And it's my first piece of my armor set that I can use in the end. And actually, I'm going to take those goggles of revealing and stick them in my chest that I told everybody that they were free to use. I'm just going to go play in the water a little bit because I can.
Are there any enemies in the bedrock world?
No, there are not.
Because I heard this really strange growling sound.
Much easier to see underwater. You never lose your breath. Cannot die underwater. Much nicer. And I still get the advantages of the goggles of revealing, so it's a win-win. Definitely suggest upgrading to the I said cow abysmal deaths, didn't I? Yes. Definitely recommend upgrading, because while it costs all this, some of this is quite cheap, some not. It's still majorly worth it. I am tempted to name him Olaf.
Ooh, the snowman I made for you.
Yeah. And he's named. Okay, so I'm not sure what I have all set up in these chests. I know I made a lot more solar panels there, as you can see. I thought I had more than just that generator made up somewhere. In fact, I should actually have a furnace somewhere, shouldn't I? I had two up there, and I only know of one going. Ah, electric furnace. Okay, so we have an electric furnace. Oh yes, real quick. I have my computer up and running with the. Uh, these are all attached. Now I had accidentally used the device that allows you to set up from all of them, one from all of them from one. Is just sit there and click them. But apparently it gave me all 10 ingot ones and messed up all the ones I had attached up here and made them all say 10 ingots, which was quite annoying. I didn't realize it was going to do that. I thought it was just going to give me the option from this part set partition configured based on currently stored items, not set them all to 10, which would not have been good. So I had to take the top ones off, which I had set up here. I forgot all about this, and I had to reset all these and go in individually and fix them. It was quite annoying. But I have here an ME Dart cable, and if I need to, I can actually shut off all of my storage. As you can see here, I can't access my storage. And now I can. Now this has two purposes to do this. The first purpose is the simple fact that if I have an emergency uh, or any important reason to sever all of those from the computer, and I'll explain some of the reasons that you might have to do it. But if if you need to do that, just flip a switch. However, there's also a glitch that occurs when you have the crafting interface set up. Like I'm going to have the applied energistics crafting unit, the multi-block structure in here, and there's going to be a crafting monitor probably right here. Well, there's a glitch that goes on this pack where it will stop crafting. It doesn't say it needs anything, because it doesn't. And the solution people was trying to come up with was telling people just to end their crafting queue and then retell it to craft it. However, flipping a switch or pressing a button is much easier, and you can do that. I could just go and flip that switch twice, deactivate all those, and activate them once again, and it'll actually reset the entire computer. It will not cancel the job, but it will continue to craft. So whatever glitch is going on, it will fix it. Now, quite honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. You can take a piece of ME dart cable and just come off the side of it somewhere and do the same thing with a button, and it'll just reset it for you and not have to disconnect all those. But for now, I just have it set up this way because I'm not too concerned with it. So that's really two good options I see there. And the button is easier because you just press it once and forget it. It'll reboot your computer just like you see right there, rebooting the computer. So as long as it does that, you're good. You don't have to worry about that glitch anymore. You see it happen, you just flip the switch like that, or press a button if you set it up the other way. I've also gone ahead and, as you've seen, did this. Now, I didn't want to waste a bunch of ME cable back and behind here, and microblocks is not compatible with the ME system for some reason. So I do have those coming out of the wall a little bit going up, just to save some materials that can be better used somewhere else. Because honestly, this is my basement. This is where all the automation and stuff is going to happen. I'm probably going to run a computer upstairs so that I can actually access, not run a computer, but run an access terminal or crafting terminal up here, so that I can actually access it up here inside the house once the house is built. But that's neither here nor there. This is just all set up for the ugly stuff, honestly. I might even move some of my Thaumcraft stuff to better locations once I figure out how to make them look better. But you get the idea, I'm sure.
I'm using your pulverizer to pulverize all this gold, okay?
If you're doing metals that you want smelted, you should actually use this pulverizer over here, because it's automatically set up to run to this redstone furnace I have up on the wall there. So it'll automatically run it there and smelt it for you, and then you just come over here to this chest, which I have a bunch of stuff in. And haven't put away. Oh no, some of these need unified. I need to really incorporate my ooh, not that. That's alright.
Is there any gold over here? Or is it safe to just throw it in?
I have a little bit of gold in that end chest, but that's about it.
I meant the pulverizer system.
I don't get what you are asking me.
I was trying to make sure our materials didn't get mixed up.
There, I took everything that belongs to me out of it.
So I got something for starting to pulverize my gold. I think it was originally yours, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you.
What?
It's over here floating.
Oh no, I'm not worried about it. You can have it. I think it was probably yours anyway. That stuff probably ended up just in this chest right here, since it can't feed into the furnace. So I'm gonna need 3. Oh, you know what? Why am I don't know. I could be using the crafting terminal here, the crafting menu. The good thing about this is why I chose the crafting terminal, and I'm not used to having it yet, but because you can just access the stuff and just build it here. It's really nice. Now, the way I have this set up, I can still see with my computer what's in the rejection chest, and it's actually a buffer storage with the computer, because it cannot store anything other than those 1 items in each of these. So anything in here will still show up in my computer, and I'll still have access to it. I should probably actually make a couple of each of these, shouldn't I? No, I'm going to stick with one. Stick with one each. I actually don't want that ruby in there. Got that from the bedrock dimension. Industrial craft. And apparently I can't spell it. Okay, so let's take a look here, see what I am going to need. Now I do think I should make another furnace. Oh, I guess I could have made that over there. Okay, so the compressor is next. Forgot that that would do that. Now, the reason I actually want the compressor is because I'm going to make nuclear power plants so that I can get RGT fuel for radioisotopic thermoelectric generators, which provide infinite unattending power for IC2 and anything that accepts EU. And I eventually want to run many things off of that and get rid of all the solar panels, or most of them at least, and get away from having to actually have to produce power. So that's the biggest reason I need this. Also, if you want to run a mass fabricator, you're going to end up needing this to fill the little, I forget the name of the little gun looking thing. See if I don't just see it here real fast. Yes, the CF sprayer fills inside of the canning machine also. So it's going to be useful for me. Otherwise, I actually wouldn't probably make it. So that's why I made the canning machine. I don't need the miner. I don't need the pump. I don't need a magnetizer. I don't. Wait. Do I need an electrolyzer? I don't think at this time. I'm going to skip that for now in case I end up needing it later. I will decide to get it later. I will need more than one metal former, so we're going to go ahead and make some of those. And this requires a little bit more than I'm used to with this. Basic machine casing is good, thank goodness. Okay, so this isn't too bad. I'm actually going to make several of these. And I'm just going to check real quick, see what materials I have right here. Not too much for what I need. So I'm going to grab my extra chests out of here. And again, if I'm keyed up and I try to click something out of the chest, it only gives me one. Okay. So I'm going to grab some copper. Now I'm going to need 2 each, but for now I want to make 4, so I'm going to need 8 of these. Oh, I thought that was the recipe. Oh, it's bronze. No problem, I'll use these for something else later. That caps lock though. I'll just stick them in here because they are going to be used later for something. Actually, I don't want to make 4 stacks, I just realized. Then I'm going to need some induction coils. I think they were called. No, probably not, but coils. They're just plain coils. And I forgot how to make them just now. Ingot and now I'm going to need 3 of those each, so I'm going to need 12. went ahead and made extra because I'm going to end up needing more. Not sure why I kept going. You have to forgive me, I'm a little tired. And I want to go ahead and, since I've got them, make up some more of these. Now I'm not going to hook up all 4 of them at once, but I will end up hooking them up eventually, because sometimes you need a metal former mixed with another metal former to create the items you really want. I'm just going to toss these in here for a moment. I actually accidentally neglected the thermal centrifuge, which I am actually going to need, but I might have to make that later. Yeah, I'm going to have to make that after I get my compressor up and running, so yep. I really don't know if I want to do the ore washing plant or not. It does give extra materials, but that could actually be a bad thing in my situation. With I don't have any storage in my computer and could end up making a big mess. I might actually have to redo a lot of this because I never really factored the computer into this, because sometimes there's a glitch where the computer will keep say I've got gold here in this deep storage unit. It'll receive gold and not put it in there and just keep it inside its own storage for some reason, and then I have to run an extra piece to this and tell it to pump it all in there, in which case then I gotta sit there and play with it sometimes and make sure it even does it, because it doesn't like to play well with these sometimes. And if I want the stone dust, apparently I can get it from the thermal centrifuge. Apparently right off of cobblestone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna for now skip the ore washing machine because I'm not really gonna need it anyway for materials. I can't remember what the electrolyzer does. Now, later on, you're going to see me make a lot of recyclers and run a bunch of scrap. Yeah, I'm definitely going to skip the ore washing machine. It's going to skip not only it's not going to produce the excess stuff that I don't really need, but I'll also get to skip the extra step of messing with the tiny piles for now. So if I end up needing it later, I will go ahead and add it. So not really sure where my shovel went. That's not it, but it will work. Alright, now the next thing is I have to decide where I'm going to actually put this. It really doesn't matter where I do it, and I'm thinking over here somewhere. The reason it doesn't matter is because I'm going to just pipe it straight into these machines here, these deep storage units instead of the computer itself, and let this do a lot of the sorting and let this just handle grabbing it when I need it. I think I'm going to go ahead and put them back in here because it's going to be this is going to be on the side of my house, and it won't really matter because, like I said, I can just use Tesseracts anyway. Looks good to me.
So thanks to Jed and Alex, I'm about to have my entire red and yellow hearts.
Oh, really?
Well, and you, but they gave me the remainder, 3 that I needed.
Cool.
Is it aluminum or is it tin that you need to make the containers? I can't remember.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
For the hearts,
That's tin. Wait, did you already make them? Yeah, I'm thinking it's aluminum. Yeah, I was getting a little confused.
Sorry, I have both, so it don't matter. I think I have both. Yeah, I've got both.
I'm actually going to run this a little bit differently than I was thinking. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and... There's a glitch going on with the industrial craft stuff. So I'm going to take advantage of the glitch on this. And I'm going to install 2 high voltage solar panels, and for now just directly connect them to the machines, separating them. Since I'm using gold cable here, I'm going to separate them with covers, in case being connected will stop them from being able to carry more than a 512 total EU per tick. However, what I'm going to do is later on I'm going to add some of the MFSUs, which I'm going to run in conjunctions here. That way I have a huge surplus at night and they can't possibly run out. So I can upgrade this however I want and not even have to worry about it. It's just basically going to be set it and forget it for all time. And that'll be a good thing. So we'll end up having a really good power system here.
What's best to put the lapis in? Pulverizer or what?
The ore?
Yeah.
I've always just stuck it in a pulverizer.
And redstone is best in the induction smelter, correct?
With a piece of sand each, yes. Don't know if I have any covers actually made at the moment. have some.
Apparently you have some redstone blocks in here, unless those were mine from before, with rich slag.
Okay, so it's actually looking like this is not going to work. I'm going to have to actually tunnel out several spots here, more than I thought. I don't think that I'm equipped to make the high voltage. Let me see. Yeah, see the energium dust. I could probably just run over to Alex's house and stick my stuff in his machine and do this, because I don't want a whole big wide thing of power, and these will hold a lot of power. So I think I'm going to actually do that. Because I don't want a huge thing of power wires going down here just because I don't have something. On the bright side, it'll give me a lot more room in here, because then I can just run all of my all of my solar panels in one, because I was actually only planning on using 4. I'll probably just stick with that, but I can actually hook up a lot more than that using those. Okay, so that's about going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a like, subscribe, comment, share. Even if you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and comment and let us know what we might have done wrong, what we can do better, what we were doing good. Is always a good thing too. But until next time, we hope you have a good one. Good day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is for you. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.